Our first customer just arrived. Look at that. How's it going? Nice
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing well.
Heck yeah. Here she is. That's funny. Welcome back, everybody. Gingium YouTube channel here at EM Industries. We got Yanni, the tuner here, but he's not tuning anything.
This is a 2001 IS300.
IS300, and we are going to 3UZ swap it in one weekend.
Got it from a family friend who was the original owner. So they had it their entire life. I got it. It's lived in Georgia its entire life. It's automatic. It's a 2JZ GE VVTi. Very slow, probably makes like 150 horsepower, we'll find out. Was starting to get bored with it, love the car dynamically. It feels great, it's the right size. It's just really slow and the transmission is like sluggish and clunky. So we are gonna pull it out. Instead of doing a turbo 2J, we'll do a 3UZ with a stick.
So the move for the day is we're gonna throw the car on the dyno with the stock engine, automatic transmission. Just do like 1 or 2 power runs, try to see we get a good baseline. Then we're gonna pull it to this other lift, pull the engine out. You have the engine with you, the new engine, the new transmission. You've already done the wiring. It's gonna be stock ECU. The cool thing about this swap is that it's kind of bolt-in, right?
Yes, so relatively speaking, it's a bolt-in affair. You need a GS430 donor car, which I got. It uses a front set pan. The cross member is identical. You can use GS430 motor mounts and the engine will bolt in. You need to massage a little bit of the actual cross member, but just barely, but it will bolt in. We're using a Pontiac Solstice transmission, which is made by Aisin. It's an AR5, which is a Toyota R154 with a less agricultural feeling shifter. Yeah, because that's the problem. Yeah, the W58s feel like just trash. We'll use the stock IS differential. 3UZs don't make a ton of horsepower. It will maybe make 300 horsepower if we're lucky, maybe. Perfectly fine for the stock diff. Everything else, it will be fine. I think this is the best solution to have a balanced daily driver. Stock ECU, it's been reflashed. No check engine lights, no transmission codes, no secondary O2s. My goal is to have this bolt-in, run on the stock ECU, and act like a stock car. OBD2 works, like everything stock.
Can I ask, how much are you into this swap?
I bought a GS430 donor car for $600.
Damn.
Ran and drove.
Damn.
Steal. I don't know, I got the transmission for $1,000. I have been very careful at like finding deals on Marketplace. That's why it takes so long to like accumulate parts. Yeah. I bought a manual IS300 forever ago. I think I paid like $400 for it. It was a manual car. I took everything I needed for the manual swap and sold the car for $500. So made $100 and have all the manual stuff. It's all factory Toyota Lexus stuff. There's very few things that are not factory Toyota or Lexus that are gonna go into this car. I'm probably in everything less than $3,000 so far. Double the horsepower and it'll lose 100 pounds, probably 120 pounds out of the front of the car over the aluminum V8 versus the boat anchor 2J.
That's crazy.
Less weight in the front,
that is crazy.
Double the power. It should be great.
All right, let's put it on the dyno, see what happens. Come back one more. There you go, nice. Got it all strapped down. We're just gonna kind of spin the wheels, make sure it seems nice and happy. You already see? Yeah, let's do it. Was that for second gear?
That was second.
Okay. Yeah, let's try a third. So that stock in a 2J made a whopping 180 wheel horsepower at 5,600 RPM. Ignore the other two, that didn't quite work. So pretty nice. All right. Whoa. Oh man, it is warm in there. Hey, it looks like she got a new water pump and alternator. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd stay clear here. Been like a wrecking ball.
pull the grill out. The core support just unbolts, pull out radiator, all that shit. And then it's 4 bolts, 2 on each motor mount, and then the trans bolts.
Drive shaft exhaust.
Drive shaft exhaust, fuel line, which is down underneath the fucking car. And then it'll just come out. Scotty Kimler.
It's still too warm. So we're gonna go ahead and do some maintenance on this thing, yeah?
Yes.
Time belt water pump? Took a little bit longer than expected, but we have a new timing belt, new water pump on the engine, new valve cover gaskets. I took the exhaust manifolds off and so now this thing is pretty much ready to go back in. Maybe it's a little bit of a wipe down. But with that, we're gonna start working on the actual car. So you guys got this thing pretty much ready to come out, right?
Ready to come out.
Okay, while they do that, I am manufacturing one part that we need to get this transmission to work with this engine. Pretty much just needs a spacer for the slave cylinder that sits in here. Yeah, just gonna print out a couple of 1/4" sheets, weld them together, and call that good enough. In fact, Yanni made a little 3D printed one, so I just have to turn this into metal. So, you know, see that? Beep, 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 beep. You gotta jack it up. Beep, beep. Probably stuck on one of the motor mounts. I would say just keep going up. Like, go up until you can't, really. Let me maybe get this out of the way here real quick. The fuck? That was like weirdly clipped under there. All right, yeah, keep going up, keep going out. Oh, yeah, we're pissing ATF all over the ground. Right next to the garbage can, right where it belongs. Oh no, I filmed my mopping. All right, let's resume. Put this new clutch adapter onto the transmission. So admittedly, this has been a little bit more challenging than originally expected. We had to drill a hole in the bell housing there for the clutch feed line. Gonna have to drill another one for the clutch bleed line. Speaking about clutch bleed line.
Where's our clutch bleed line, Caleb?
I don't know, Yanni, where is it?
It definitely isn't at Yanni's house.
I think this might be our cutoff here.
I think we're done.
I think the getting it running same day might have been a bit of a fail.
If I had gotten here earlier, maybe, well, it brought the correct parts.
Move is you bring the clutch line and get the fitting tomorrow. Then we can at least get the trans on, put the engine in, get it running tomorrow. And honestly, probably button up most of it tomorrow. All right, well, it is the next day. I got the slave cylinder, clutch adapter, spacer, and clutch lines all set up on the transmission, and Yanni whacked the shit out of his car.
You need to massage a little bit of the actual cross member, but just barely.
I think we are ready to mate this transmission to the engine and try to put it in. It's exciting.
Very excited.
Hopefully it works. you what we're working with here. It's
Sorry, were you filming?
Nope. It's touching the brake lines over here, and on the other side, you can't see it, but it's about to be touching the steering shaft. So I mean, it's gonna fit. It just has to we just have to get it around those two things. Well, we're pretty sure she's in. We got at least the motor mounts into the subframe. We're going to lift it up, check, make sure like the oil pan's clearing and everything, but go ahead and do the honors. Hey, that's a big engine in a small car. Big engine in a small car. The one thing we're gonna be waiting on is custom drive shaft. So we're gonna measure for that now. Maybe 1322. Okay. 1,322 millimeters.
Can you write that down?
Yes. And also I'm gonna take a picture, hold on. Yep. All right, we're gonna try to start it. We have the fuel line hooked up. Absolutely nothing else hooked up. So Fabium's got two projects to do on this swap. For one, we are going to do the exhaust, connect the two, you know, obviously it's a V now, so there's exhaust on both sides. We've got to connect that up to the catback that Yanni has. He's just got like an aftermarket catback. And then secondly, we got to mount the transmission, and that's what I'm gonna do first. I gotta mount the transmission before Yanni can do any of the bolting in of parts up front. So I'm just gonna make a pretty simple box tube mount that, you know, connects to this bushing and goes over to the frame. So the trans mount is done, painted, and all up in there. It located the transmission and the shifter perfectly. So now Yanni's here, it's the next weekend. I'm not gonna be working on the exhaust quite yet because he's just gonna be kind of doing other stuff on the car. What I do have to go ahead and do is make a little adapter for the clutch master because we're using, what is it, what's the clutch? Well, Lexus?
The clutch is out of a Toyota Land Cruiser. Like an 85 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Yanni did all the hard work. He measured out all the different holes and stuff for this adapter. I went ahead and printed it out on the plasma table, and now I just gotta weld some studs to it and powder coat it. So that clutch master adapter worked. The clutch master went in, all the manual car pedals are in, brake, clutch, and gas. Gas pedal also works, Yanni wired that up. And while we were doing all of that, we had a custom drive shaft made by a local drive shaft shop. But now we're back and we can get started on the exhaust. So let me show you a big box of parts I got from EMindustries.com. It's kind of funny because it says, from EM Industries to EM Industries. We got 2 vibrant flex pipes, 2-inch stainless steel tubing, a V-band, and 2 catalytic converters. Because Yanni wanted to keep some cats on this thing. It's his daily, so he doesn't want it to be super loud or obnoxious. He doesn't want it to smell. We're doing like kind of small diameter tubing because it's just a stock 3UZ dual 2-inch into a 2.5-inch. And we're really just making a Y pipe that goes from the 3UZ headers down into the old aftermarket exhaust that he had. 2-inch stainless steel tubing, yes. Cool. And yet again, if you guys are interested in any of this, we have all of this available on emindustries.com, besides the cats. However, if you guys want me to add cats, I can add cats. I have also added things like catch cans and air filters onto the website. So a little bit more generic stuff that hopefully one of you guys will be able to use for your build. Check it out. But now, let's get to fabricating. So first thing first, I'm gonna go ahead and modify this thing. I'm gonna chop it right here after the factory cat. That's where we'll add our V-band, and then we pretty much just build from there to there. Well, I'm thinking both exhausts will come out of here, go straight down, and collect behind the transmission where this heat shield is, and then go into the old exhaust. We'll put each cat kind of right there and right there, and we'll wrap them with some heat shielding. Do the flex pipes right up there. One thing I'm gonna start prioritizing with EM Industries is investing in tools and using tools to be more efficient. So I have another welder now, HTP Revolution, shout out HTP. But pretty much this is gonna allow me to have 2 welders to use. So I can tack pieces on over here with this welder, and then when I'm done, you know, fully weld them or tack them more over there. Just little things. I also might move this to my main welder because it's a little bit nicer, but let's do these flex pipes and continue. I'm also gonna try my best to actually tack everything with the TIG welder. It's hard because sometimes you need to use filler rod, but that just means I need to get some more clamps and shit. Or just get better at doing one-handed tacks. So we're gonna do this side first. Let's see, it's gonna be in here. All right, admittedly the first mistake. So used to making race car exhausts, I forgot this is where the cat has to go. So now that side has to do like a little bit of an S, and then we gotta start making our Y pipe. So we're gonna get this one side all the way done, Y pipe made, and it even tacked to this back side so that we can hold it all up. And then we will work on the other side. So one of the things I wanted to try to do on this exhaust was make a Y pipe from scratch. I've never done that before. So here's the plan. Chopping this bad boy down the middle, and then I'm essentially going to flip this one so it's 180 degrees of that, cut it down the middle, weld it together, and then use a pipe expander on the end, stretch it to a 2.5 inch. That's the idea at least. Admittedly, I failed that first attempt because I kind of just winged it. That's not a good idea to do. I got the Y pipe welded together and I used the pipe expander, but I just didn't leave enough material. And so it was not big enough. So then I decided I was gonna practice on some just straight tubing, because I have lots of that. I did some math, calculated the circumference of a 2.5 inch pipe versus the circumference of a 2-inch pipe, found the difference, divided it by 4, and then that's how much I added to each side of the cut. And doing it that way got me the right size. And so here it is. This is 2-inch pipes tacked together, cut like that, expanded on one side, So now this thing fits perfectly on that 2.5-inch pipe. So now we're gonna do this same thing, except instead of straight pieces, use the corners again. So, you know, voila. Well, I did get it, but it didn't turn out nearly as good as this one. And you can see how smooth and nice that is. It's this stupid Harbor Freight pipe expander. The problem is that it only has 4 sides to each die, so it likes to slip, and it kind of turns it into a hexagon more than a circle. It is what it is, learning experience. I have to buy one of the dies, like the cone-shaped things, for a press. That's gonna work, I think, way better than this. So we got our Y pipe here now. It was definitely annoying trying to fit all of this right here. I gotta be honest, it's actually easier building a full exhaust than building like a middle part of an exhaust, because then you have to, you know, meet up to 2 different little things instead of just starting and, you know, going all the way to the back. Well, that, guys, the first EM Industries exhaust is all welded up. Looking pretty good. I'm really happy with the way this turned out over here, this Y pipe, and I put the little tag on it. EM, very nice. I also added some heat shields for the catalytic converters because they sit up close to this floor. Let's go and throw this in. Well, that's in, and I am really happy with the way it looks. It looks very legit, looks very professional, if I do say so myself. I mean, come on, that looks good. All right, let's drop the car down and then finish everything else. So in the engine bay, we have to do a couple things. We have to go ahead and mount the ABS module so it's not flapping around. We have to mount a power steering reservoir and do all the power steering lines. We have to put a serpentine belt on it, fix the vacuum lines, put radiator in. I'm gonna do pretty much everything besides the AC because that's not super important for this video. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and mount this, get it out of the way. There's a little stud on the side of it that we're just gonna mount to that little stud right there. That's a very temporary solution, but it holds it there at least, so that's good. Here. I think I pretty much got this thing back together. It's looking like a factory engine bay. Got the radiator in, the hoses. The only thing is, so this is the GS300 hose, or sorry, GS430 hose, and it's a bit bigger than this radiator, so it might leak down there. We might have to get a different hose there. This is also the GS430 upper hose I had to cut and modify. Power steering lines are all in. That's the reservoir. So we're gonna put some power steering fluid in it, put some water in it, and then maybe we can get this thing to warm up. We got our intake there. That's not, you know, the finished result. We're gonna fab up an intake, but now we can start it. Try to get some heat in it and see what this exhaust sounds like. Pretty quiet.
Sonoda finding the wall at the second chicane of this racetrack.
So we got this intake made, which turned out really good. I got some heat protection on like the power steering parts and stuff that go near the headers, because the headers are very tight in this thing. And then we got the wiring all opened up here. We've got a couple of things we're gonna test to try to fix this charging. So let's go ahead and turn it on, fill it up with some more coolant, and try to get this charging. All right, that works. So let's just actually do that properly. Hell yeah! Heck yeah. Clutch is very smooth. Power steering feels pretty good. Okay. So far so good here. I'm driving a manual IS300 that's got a V8 in it. Honestly, like already it's just driving like a stock car. Like that's so awesome. Check engine light. That actually is an accurate check engine light, so there's something wrong. I think it's one of the cam sensors is going out. Oh damn, this thing handles really well. Holy shit, that's crazy. The theory is that right now the engine's in limp mode because it's got a DVT sensor check engine light. So honestly, it doesn't really feel that fast right now, but it's manual and it sounds good. I'd say that's a success. So off camera, we replaced one of the VVT solenoids and the knock sensor, and that fixed all of the check engine lights, and the car was no longer in limp mode. So Yanni decided to take it out for a drive. First ride, ripped on it. Homie barely has even never driven it.
I trust our work. Very good work, Caleb. Very impressive.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, it feels like a stock car.
Yeah, no, it felt great. So kind of funny moment with this exhaust. We were noticing it just sounded like it had an exhaust leak. So for one, that flange is leaking, and you can kind of see it's leaking. But I also noticed I forgot to weld this seam here. You know, I welded the entire Y pipe, mid pipe, but I forgot that I had also added a V-band here. So yeah, it's got a massive exhaust leak. So we're gonna chop that out of there and just put a pipe there, and then we're gonna weld that up. Much better. Still has a rattle, but no exhaust leak.
Yeah, that sounds way better.
Oh, it sounds so much better. Oh man, it's crazy what an exhaust leak does. Holy cow.
That's way better.
Yeah, it's so much better.
Way better.
Sounds like an actual fucking UZ now.
Yeah.
Not like a truck.
Yeah.
You know, and the reason why it sounded like it had an exhaust leak is because it had an exhaust leak.
I'm gonna say it's gonna make 275.
271.
All right, I said 283 because it made 183, so it's gonna make 100 more horsepower. 100 more horsepower. You see that?
276.
One more than what you said.
Yeah.
That was a good guess. Fourth gear was a bit sketchy there.
So sketchy.
Yeah,
I was getting so
let's not do that again.
Third again.
Yeah. That is a beautiful looking curve. 2JZ is the red dash. Blue is the 3UZ. So go to like 4,000 RPM here. So 2J is making 140 and the other one's making 230. Making 90 more horsepower at 4,000 RPM.
Like everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere it's 9.
Literally
Yeah.
at 5,000 RPM, it's 100 more horsepower.
That's crazy. This thing said it only revved to 6,300 RPM.
You gotta talk to that guy. I wanted 7,000, all 7,000. I don't care if it makes 2 horsepower. Go to 7.
We're gonna do one more in third gear, just for it to be a little shorter, get more clips and stuff.
$282 after it cooled off.
Yeah. Cheers, brother. Pretty much 100 more horsepower.
100 more horsepower
90
everywhere.
more horsepower technically, but
Yep.
100 more horsepower. We didn't weigh it before and after, we forgot to do that, but theoretically a little bit lighter.
Yep, about 100 pounds less. Yep.
All the factory amenities.
Everything works. Power steering, AC, everything works.
Yeah. And $3,000-4,000 bucks?
Under $3,000.
Under $3,000.
Yep. So it's possible. You can do it. Buy a GS donor car.
Sounds like a pretty dang good deal. I am very happy with it. I think it was a great
I am
start.
too. Yep, it'd be a perfect daily.
Didn't take a weekend,
It didn't take a weekend.
but it was still very easy. You could do it in a weekend if you've done it before.
Yes. Now, yeah, we could do it in a weekend now.
Yes, for sure.
100% we could.
Do you want to like share? Do you have like any docs and stuff you
So
want to share
I will.
for people?
I have made everything, the most beautiful spoon feed you've ever seen. We'll put it online. We'll put it in the video description.
Cool. Sure. I'm sure some people will maybe look at it.
Yeah, there's plenty of information out there for an 02 and up. This car's an 01. A lot of 01 guys are kind of like out because all the electrical's different. I have full wiring diagrams, all the pins, everything is done, easy spoon feed. It'll be available online.
And what'd you say phase 2 was?
Phase 2 will do ported heads, springs, cams.
Actually 7,000 RPM?
Actually 7,000 RPM. Yeah, maybe 75.
Well, there you have it, guys. If you do want to check out the car, keep up to date. I'm assuming you're going to post a little bit on your page.
Yep, Yanni Miotti on Instagram, and then Speed by Y LLC. Be sure to look at EM Industries.
What are you doing again?
Miatas
On
Mega Square.
All right, let's get this thing loaded and get this thing out of here. What is Holy doing now? 3Z is gonna live a hard life. They're already seen 260,000 miles or whatever of service, and it's about
It's gonna
to see.
be. Hey, but you
But
know
at least
what?
it's loved for.
Yeah,
It's cared. It's
we
appreciated.
serviced it. We did it. We put good Aisin parts on it
That's right.
and oil in it.
And some tap water.
Well, there we have it. The first EM Industries video, first EM Industries project, first part of the new phase of Gingium. And I couldn't be more happy. I had so much fun making this video. I had so much fun editing this video. I feel like it's actual content that is valuable and it's just entertaining throughout. I love it. This was great. Yanni, thank you for bringing me your car and letting me help you with your swap. He really did most of the hard work. I did some of the fabrication and I helped him with mechanics, but he did all the hard work of actually figuring it out. And we all know that is the hardest part. Speaking of figuring things out, this is gonna be the next customer project. I guess I'm kind of turning into a UZ shop, which hey, that's cool with me, but this is a 1UZ swapped Toyota pickup. Pretty freaking rad. And we're gonna be doing an exhaust, but other stuff on that too. And yeah, I don't wanna become just an exhaust shop. So although we will be doing exhausts, hopefully that's not it. You know, hopefully we've got some big projects coming up. I will say I've decided what engine I'm gonna be putting in the Miata. So as soon as we build up some funds for that, that's gonna happen. Also, I got a new camera. Big things are happening, got new mics. You might have noticed halfway through this recording this video, I dropped my camera and my mic and ruined $1,000 worth of equipment, but now here we are. But guys, that is going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I had such a good time. I'm so happy with this change. With that being said, I do still need support. So if you want to support the channel, please check out Patreon. There you can get early access to content. People saw this thing on the dyno way before you guys. You can also get access to free merchandise if you're interested, and also just access to exclusive posts every single day. Most of the time. And then you can also check out some merchandise. We got some Gingium shirts. You're not gonna see that, but that's pretty much it. Now I know I said this is gonna be the next project, but that's not gonna be the next video, because in the next video, I'm going to show you guys my new tow rig. And we're gonna start doing some modifications to it. So here we are at the Gymnasium at EM Industries. Life's good. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.